Welcome to FC Edmonton Soccer on City. I'm Corey Chilla. Well, in about 30 minutes, the Eddies will continue their drive for the playoffs when they kick off versus the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. But before we get down pitch side to the action, City's own Courtney Theriault had a chance to sit down and get to know some of the FC Edmonton players.
Coming at me, and I'm gone.
Never stood a chance.
Oh, exactly.
Just show me a little bit about, I guess, the technique that you use to maintain control of the ball while also kind of mesmerizing the opposition.
The key to this trick is to like fake the defender that you're going, for example, to my left, but I'm not. You can also fake again, like I'm going to my right, but I'm not. But then he's gonna get off balance. He's not gonna follow me every time, because then I could just go like this, right? So I'm coming to you, the defender, step over, and I'm gone. See it? And I'm gone. And I'm gone. And I'm gone.
So if you're starting into this technique, what's the very first thing that you should do to really be able to understand how to dribble and how to fake people out?
You have to like stay really low, because then the defender's gonna try. See what just happened?
Yeah.
We could have crashed. But since I'm so low, I have balance to like get away fast. But if I was taller and like bigger, I would like just run into you. If you're going like this, that means you're going this way with your body. So as you step over this way, drop your shoulder. Yeah, see that? Defender's gonna drop his shoulder there. Now you have, and if you're going this way, you drop your shoulder. If he follows, you take a touch with this foot. When I'm stuck and I'm in a tight situation, and it's only me and the defender, and he's pressing me hard and he's facing me, that's a good move to do. Okay. Right? So, see it? Yeah, and then you're gone. Step over, drop, step over, drop, step over, step over, step over, step over, then you touch to the side. I faked with my body, I went, and I brought it back this way.
Right.
I dropped my shoulder again, and I was gone. Yeah, see, and you're gone.
Boom.
You're gone.
I'm gone. I'm on a breakaway!
You're gone.
Eddie Edward here. It's your boy Tommy Amiobi. And I'm John Smith, the one and only crew in What's Up Edmonton. And we're kicking it here at the Edmonton Valley Zoo.
All pythons are constrictors, so they don't have venom in them. If she bites you, you're not going to get any venom, but they squeeze. And they'll squeeze tree branches to hang off of them, they'll squeeze their food. I'm actually not holding on at all right now. They're doing all the squeezing there. They squeeze pretty tight sometimes, but they'll never try to hurt you, anything like that. I mean, we handle them every day, so they're not trying to eat us. We're going to get a few more pets in there.
Alright, I'm your friend. Get the little one.
Area there are lots. They won't kind of go into that. They're really scared of people, right? A lot of people think that they're maliciously kind of run up to you and spray you.
Guys, we're not going anywhere.
Hello. Just try turning to the right.
Go.
Turning to the left.
Hey. No, my legs are finished. Hey! Hey! Give him the dark chocolate, please.
This one's chocolate peanut butter
Charcoal?
and this one's fudge brownie.
I think I'm a fudge brownie.
Charcoal?
No chance.
Oh, we got Tommy and Smitty, they're the bravest out of the two.
You know how we do.
I'm gonna go kick it with the elephant though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my
Who's
appearance.
going in with the tiger?
Have to. No chance.
Do they?
Get it. All right.
Good dog.
Right here. Just right here. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
When we come back, it's going to be another session of Footy Fundamentals with FC Edmonton head coach Colin Miller. Also, we'll take a look back at the plays of the week in the NASL.
This is where Armada need to keep their shape, keep doing what they're doing, winning the midfield, putting them on pressure at the back.
Here's Keita with a chance as he got past Danso. Keita to the left side of the box. Beats it out high for Jamal Johnson. Runs onto it, fires and scores! Jamal Johnson from 22 yards out. It's 3-0 Jacksonville.
What a great strike from Jamal.
Watch the strike from Raul.
Yeah, it's a little bit off base, but I like the reaction from Fernandez, and that's what happens when you're confident in your play. We just talked to Leo Fernandez. That goal's got to look big for him. Look at the way he bounces on that one and puts it away.
Panegas can finish from this distance. It's Mendez, though. And Daniel Mendez puts Minnesota ahead.
After a terrible giveaway by the Railhawks, and Edmonton full credit for taking advantage. Lance Lang on a 2-on-1 keeps it himself, strokes it right into the corner of the goal.
In today's practice, we're aiming this mainly at younger football players. So boys and girls, if you're watching this is a great technique exercises. For the young coaches out there that are watching the exercise, it's not a difficult one to set up. It's nice and simple. The players will get lots of touches on the ball using both feet, using their instep and outside of the foot to control the ball. And the quality that we're trying to see with our young academy players that are on view today should be able to demonstrate this exercise. That's it. If you need 3 touches, Oscar, take it. But move the ball away from the cone, cross your body to the side. As soon as you've passed it, make an angle. Don't stand still, Oscar. Make an angle. Good. Exaggerate it, getting away from the defender. Young players, as well as some senior professionals, tend to favour their stronger foot. This exercise will get your young players to work with both feet. The next part of the exercise is using a different part of the foot to control the ball. So we'll pass the ball down, the same movements, but this time we're using the outside of the foot to control the ball and the inside of the foot to pass the ball. If it's a one-touch exercise, we will try not to smash the ball at your teammate. Pass the ball so his and her first touch is easier to get used to, and if we get better quality touches, the exercise can then go faster. Quality, outside, inside, outside, inside. We're now going to try to move the ball in a figure of 8 so that we could use the outside of the foot control and pass the ball with the inside, for sure. But now we're trying to move the ball behind the cone and then pass the ball diagonally. what's important for our coaches and for our young players, if you need to take 2 or 3 touches to complete the passing exercise to gain confidence with the soccer ball, then there is no problem with that at all. Be aware you will make mistakes. What's important is, from a coaching point of view, that there is lots of repetition in these exercises, so the players get so used to passing the ball and controlling the ball, it actually comes as second nature to them. But if you make a mistake with your first touch, it's not a crime to take another touch, possibly another touch, before you pass the ball.
All right, it's that time in the show. We're going to throw it over to the west side of the pitch and join Gareth Hampshire and Steve Sandor. Gentlemen.
Thanks, Corey. Great to be back at a sun-kissed Clarke Stadium. What a great day in Edmonton. Lovely August conditions in Alberta's capital for the visit of the Fort Lauderdale Strikers today, bringing a Brazilian flavor to Alberta. One of the owners, Ronaldo, 3-time World Player of the Year, twice World Cup winner, and a couple of Brazilian players in the lineup for Fort Lauderdale this afternoon against FC Edmonton, closing in on a playoff place after a 3-0 win last week here at Clarke Stadium, where they've got a bit of a formidable record and a real buzz around town as they hope to add another 3 points this afternoon. Good afternoon, I'm Gareth Hampshire alongside Steve Sandor, and a big game today for both teams.
Yeah, for FC Edmonton, if they win today, they move into the 4th and final playoff spot. And yes, there's a lot of games left to play, but psychologically, it's really important to be there because you know that you're in control of your own destiny. You don't have to scoreboard watch. You look after your own business if you're in that playoff spot.
Well, let's bring in the head coach of the Eddies, Coach Colin Miller. Had to make a forced change for the match this afternoon. Thanks for joining us, Colin. Tell us about the goalkeeping situation.
Yeah, thankfully we've got 4 goalkeepers at the club, Gareth, because we've just lost our number 1 and number 3 goalkeeper this morning. Well, we knew about John Smits earlier on in the week. He'd had a bit of an elbow concern. This morning, Matt Van Oekel has failed the fitness test with a hip flexor. So young Tyson Farrago, young Canadian goalkeeper who's been doing excellent in training, had actually taken over John Smits for the number 2 position at the club. Now he gets his chance. He played very, very well last year against Atlanta in the last game of the season. We've got no hesitation in throwing the kid in there. He's been doing great in training. Kicks the ball like a mule. You know, his distribution is excellent. And we're looking for real positive things. I think he's a bright goalkeeper for Canada's future.
Other than that, you're going with the same team after a 3-0 win. Fort Lauderdale, last time they came, it was a great game, 5-goal thriller, and you came out winners 3-2. What do you feel about this team?
Yeah, I think Fort Lauderdale are one of the more dangerous teams in the league. If you don't defend properly against them, they can punish you. They've got real good quality. You mentioned the Brazilian element to their team earlier on. They've got that side of it for sure. But it's about what the Eddies do here now. We're at home, we're playing very well. I was really pleased with our attitude and our willingness to do the defending job last week in the second half in particular. Still created a number of very good scoring opportunities. If we do the job defensively here today, I'm confident that we can get the 3 points. But it won't be easy because this is a very good Fort Lauderdale team.
Great. Well, good luck today, Colin.
Thank you.
Thank you. Colin Miller joining us at the pitch, revealing that Tyson Farrago will get the start in goal for the Eddies. Matt Van Oekel, he's been playing well and keeping clean sheets, so that will be one to watch this afternoon. But the skipper of the Eddies, Albert Watson, confident because he feels his team is in a rich vein of form.
Yeah, it was over basically 36 minutes and we scored 3 goals. But going into the game we were pumped for it, to be honest. Everybody was focused and you could see it and even in the warm-up. Everybody wanted to win. So we started like a house on fire and scored the 3 goals and done really well. Killed the game before they could even get into it. Neutralised, it was important that we neutralised their threats. Obviously, Nacho Nova, what a great striker he is. He's been scoring goals for them, so we needed to neutralise that. We done a very good job of it, and then it gave people like our attacking players the platform to build and to score goals as we did. So it was great from the boys, and we deserved the win.
Very strong record at home here at Clarke Stadium for FC Edmonton, and another 3 points would put them in a real strong position in the league standings in the North American Soccer League. The Eddies looking good, and look at that, the two Canadian teams leading the way in the fall standings.
Yeah, but Ottawa does have a couple of games in hand. They will have a couple of games in hand. They had an off week this week after this game today, but Ottawa has a couple next week to make those up, and always when you have a couple of games in a week, it's tough on you.
The combined standings, of course, what really matters, and there you go, a victory today could put the Eddies within touching distance here.
Yeah, and it puts them ahead of the Rowdies again for that 4th spot. If they win, they would go to 27. The Rowdies are on 26. The Rowdies cleaned house earlier this week, firing Coach Thomas Rongen. They're not happy. Their owner's not happy with their form. But again, as I said at the top of the broadcast, psychologically, it's just a big move for FC Edmonton if they can get into that playoff spot.
The Eddies against the Strikers today. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by Pasta Pantry.
Well, I think the first key is something that they talked about earlier this week, and the players were talking about it. Coach Colin Miller was talking about it. The Fort Lauderdale Strikers love the short passing game. You got to put that under pressure. You have to play the ball all the time. Don't give them time to make those short passes. The second thing is conversion. Last week, yes, they scored 3 goals, but they created enough chances to score 8 or 9 possibly. Not every game are you going to create as many chances as you do against the Carolina Railhawks last week. They have to be better in front of goal. And the third thing, expect the unexpected. It seems whenever Fort Lauderdale comes here to Edmonton, something bizarre happens in a game. We've had coaches escorted out of the stadium. We've had some bizarre penalty kick awards. We've had some very interesting games happen here when these two teams match. So anything can happen today.
Let's hope for more drama today. Eddies against the Strikers. Let's look at the FC Edmonton injury report now, brought to you by Goo Energy Gel. But we know as well, in addition to the injuries of Cruz and Roberts, is Van Oekel, and that's a big storyline today with Farrago getting his chance.
Yeah, the hip flexor for Matt Van Oekel. Tyson Farrago gets to go in net, and I think Frank Jonke is away on personal reasons.
FC Edmonton against the Fort Lauderdale Strikers at Clarke Stadium, and the kickoff is coming up next.
FC Edmonton Soccer, starting now on City. Brought to you by City, the Fath Group, High Signs, and Earthwater.
Looking to drive one from long range, and he's hit the top corner. It's a beauty for Daryl Fordyce. Here, and Lang's just gone past his marker and driven one into the back of the net. And FC Edmonton are on fire this afternoon.
Oh, Canada, our home and name. strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for
Welcome back to Clarke Stadium. Beautiful August weather here in Alberta for FC Edmonton, back on home soil looking for 3 more points against the Fort Lauderdale Strikers today. Today's match is presented by AMA Rewards. Fort Lauderdale coached by the wily Austrian Günther Kronsteiner, and with a couple of big-name Brazilian stars in their lineup this afternoon. And we'll be going through the team lineups in just a moment. First, the coin toss brought to you by A&W. Bringing the two captains together. And let's take a look at those starting lineups brought to you by Waterloo Ford Lincoln. The big news for FC Edmonton, Tyson Farago, the Winnipeg lad, he starts in goal today because of that hip flexor injury to Matt Van Oekel. A back four of Edward and Smith, the fullbacks, Watson and Moses in the middle. The midfield, Dustin Correa, Tiago De Freitas and Lance Lang, with Richie Jones and Daryl Fordyce pressing forward to help Tomi Amiobi, who's scored 7 goals and he's in good nick at the moment for the Eddies. For Fort Lauderdale, Barajo, the new signing, he comes into the team, but Ford in goal, Barajo, Gray, San Filippo and Guerrero, the back line. Thomas, Freitas, PC, Ramirez and Gabriel, with Stefano, the striker for Fort Lauderdale Strikers. 2 strong lineups and a victory in their last game out as well for Fort Lauderdale, a 2-1 win against Tampa. And the weather conditions in Edmonton, pretty nice, 22 degrees, around the mid-70s Fahrenheit if you're watching in the US, and a nice breeze as well to keep things comfortable for the fans and the players this afternoon in Edmonton. Eddie's players just posing for a team photo before they get back at it. Back at home where they've got a very good record. And this last game against the Strikers produced 5 goals and a thrilling come from behind win for FC Edmonton. 3-0 last week, Lang, Correa and Amiobi all on the score sheet, and Amiobi and Lance Lang leading the team with 7 goals each. Lang, though, with 6 assists, and he's having another great season for FC Edmonton. Playing against his former team today, Fort Lauderdale, a much-changed team since he was there. Strong influence from Brazil in their lineup. And the last time they played here, PC certainly caught the eye. Stefano, the striker, he's in amongst the goals. He's also scored 7 goals for the Strikers so far this season. Farago chasing back to his goal. Let's take a look at the goalie matchups. And there he is, getting a chance to play. He played 1 game last year and played a blinder. And there we have in goal Ford for Fort Lauderdale. He's been playing well in between the sticks for them. It's Fort Lauderdale who are going to kick us off, all in white. FC Edmonton in their blue home colors. And the Eddies attacking the goal to our left in the first half. Early touch for Josh Ford, and he just sends San Filippo back out there. But Amiobi pinching the ball from San Filippo, looked a little bit casual on the edge of his own penalty area, and the Eddies have possession very quickly. Some good pressing by Amiobi there. Lang getting his first touch. Freitas in midfield. He's robbed of possession as well, but it's won back by Moses, who just made the team of the week in the NASL. A long ball over the top. Amiobi will chase. That'll be picked up by Josh Ford.
Yeah, off the top of the broadcast, I spoke about the need for FC Edmonton to press the strikers and get on the ball quickly, and we saw it there with Tomi Amiobi picking Frankie Sanfilippo's pocket there. Fort Lauderdale, it's a lesson. They can't be too casual today because Edmonton will be pressing the ball, and we see that right now. Every time Fort Lauderdale's trying to make a pass, Edmonton's on top of them.
Perhaps learning a lesson from that first 45 minutes in April when Fort Lauderdale ran the game and raced into a lead. But in the second half, FC Edmonton closed them down much more quickly, and that's how they've started today. And here's Moses again, wearing number 12, sliding a pass along the ground to Fordyce. Fordyce will switch play to the right wing. Eddie Edward just struggles to control that one, and it jumps over his foot and goes out for a throw-in. Space on the right-hand side here for Barajo. And he slid a pass into the right channel there, looking for PC, but that's the first touch for Tyson Farrago, getting a chance in goal today.
And as you mentioned, he has had the one game before. It was the end of last year against Atlanta. And he was NASL Team of the Week. So when he has gone in, he's been good. And he's looked very, very good in training, says his coach, Colin Miller.
Good piece of play by Correa, releasing Amiobi, running on the right-hand side. Lang is at the far post. The cross gets cleared towards the near post, and Fort Lauderdale breathe a sigh of relief there. Amiobi with a good start to this match in the first couple of minutes. Already some key touches from Tomi Amiobi. The other end of the pitch, the strikers trying to play in Stefano, but that ball drifting out, and Farrago has another goal kick.
A couple of very heavy through balls by the strikers in the first few minutes here. Just wondering if they're not that accustomed to the artificial turf surface, because they seem to be misjudging the roll of the ball quite a bit, playing a lot of balls too heavy to the forwards.
Big kick by Tyson Farrago. His coach Colin Miller commented on his kicking. Ball back here though with the captain Albert Watson. Kicking from inside his area, off the deck. Lance Lang the target. Lang can't get the head on that one. Barajo comes away with possession. Gabriel playing a pass to the edge of the area. Stefano might just try a left foot shot. That's blocked, and Edward will pick up possession in his familiar right back position. Long searching ball up towards Amiobi. Tries to bring that down on the chest. It's a difficult one, and it's taken away from him. No goals so far in the first 4 minutes, but a bright start from both teams.
We're seeing here what Fort Lauderdale want to do. They'll build slowly as they need to. They just want to keep that ball moving. Short passes.
Gabriel again in possession here. Freitas with support from Stefano, who's moved out to the right wing. Gray looking to bring this one out of defense, and then plays it nicely to PC. He's got space onto his left foot, charging to the edge of the penalty area, but being clipped at from behind by Correa. In the end, though, it's PC who concedes the free kick. The referee on the spot there, and Correa gets a free kick for the Eddies.
Correa does well there. Again, talking about that press, getting onto the ball carrier there, bothering him just enough to surrender possession, and then getting the call going his way.
Thanks for joining us if you're watching us in the US on ESPN3 for Edmonton and Fort Lauderdale. Hopefully a good game we can bring you today. On that right-hand side, Correa trying to cushion that header down for Edward, but it's out of play again. Another throw in for the strikers. right-hand side, stands on the ball, but gets up again and completes the pass to Stefano, and he's trying to get on the end of a 1-2 as well, but in fact, another free kick given to the Eddies here.
Very unhappy with that call. Went to the official, Mr. Lozier. Pierre-Luc Lozier is a referee today.
Big long kick by Farago this time, and it's going to drop invitingly for Amiobi on the edge of the area, and cannons a shot towards goal, and it curls and deflects out. A good block by Sanfilippo. It's a corner for the Eddies.
I don't know how much Frankie Sanfilippo knew about it. One of those ones that smarts.
Yeah, those definitely sting. Sanfilippo throwing himself in front of the ball. It's a Lance Lang corner from the right-hand side. He's drifted it in towards the near post. Sanfilippo's the man to get his head on it, and it's headed behind for a corner from the opposite wing here.
It brushed off Henry Thomas's head last. Lang's going to the other side. We've seen the Eddies playing with this a bit, with Lance Lang not taking both sides for corner kicks for the last few weeks, but it looks like he's back to that duty, each side taking it.
Well, we've seen De Freitas clip over a few from this left wing, but it's going to be Lang. It's a poor one, in all honesty, and it goes out for another corner kick. He'll get a second bite of the cherry here, Lance Lang.
Yeah, it's a mulligan. It wasn't a well-taken corner, but he gets another chance.
This time he's gone deep with it, and it might drop still in the penalty area. In fact, the referee has spotted a foul in there. The free kick is for Fort Lauderdale. The ball was rolling when it was taken. He's going to calm things down and get this ball back into the area for it to be retaken.
Yeah, that second corner kick was a little more dangerous, got past the first defender, but someone from the Eddies was caught with a push there. And this is the final time that these teams will meet this year. The Eddies won the first meeting 3-2, and they drew in Fort Lauderdale. So if the Eddies just draw today, they win the season series against Fort Lauderdale.
Here's Jordan Gray in possession for the Strikers. Barajo on the right-hand side with the throw, wearing the number 2. Fordyce for the Eddies, just misreading the pass to Amiobi. Well played by Gray under pressure there, tries the pass down the right wing, it drifts into touch, it'll be a throw-in for Edmonton. Farago not troubled yet as he plays the ball up the line. This throw in for Johan Smith. Amiobi's the target, pushing the back though against Barajo. Free kick given to the Strikers.
Pace is slowed down a bit. The Strikers are finding it difficult to thread those balls through. Talked about, the Eddies are doing a good job of pressuring, not making it easy for the Strikers to get through that midfield. The Eddies have been guilty as well of giving some balls away when they could be transitioning on the counter.
Barajo working the ball nicely down the right wing, has himself another throw in, level with the edge of the penalty area. Strikers attacking the goal to our right. Barajo playing a ball inside the fullback Smith, looking for a run by PC, but Smith adjudged to have fouled the Brazilian. Free kick for the Strikers here.
for all intents and purposes, it's almost the exact same as a corner here.
Probably favoring Ramirez to take this one, and we've seen him play here lots over the years.
Yeah, he's given the Eddies fits wherever he's played.
Been here with San Antonio in the past. 11 minutes gone. Free kick for the Strikers. Crowded penalty area. Ramirez goes towards the near post and gets the flick. Just no one could get the final touch. Barajo will try and get that ball back to Ramirez. He's in a much deeper position, but takes a few steps here. Robbed of possession by De Freitas. Very good defensive job done by him. And Correa finds Fordyce. Now Lance Lang. Good passing play by the Eddies. Correa jinking inside. A mazy run. Back with Fordyce again. He's clipped at by Gabriel and gets a free kick for FC Edmonton. Good breakout play from the Eddies there.
Yeah, it looks like Ivan Guerrero is down after that challenge on Dustin Correa. See here as Correa, as I said, went inside and the two players collide there. It looks just like hip to hip. Nothing dirty about that, just two players going for the ball there. I think Guerrero felt that one. As I said, it was hip to hip contact, and those can...
Veteran defender Ivan Guerrero. He's also the assistant to Günther Kronsteiner, and he's the captain when he's on the pitch. Remains on the playing roster as well. Lang and Smith standing over the ball here. It's going to be Lang. Plays this up towards the far post. It's not that far over the crossbar, but probably not what he intended, and Ford easily letting that one drift over the top.
Yeah, that's a turnover when you have a chance there. The ball goes over the goal. I'm not sure if that was just a badly overhit free kick, or if Lance Lang was actually trying to catch Ford napping there and see if he could chip him from there.
Watson goes up to win the header. Gabriel nods it down for Barajo. His forward ball drifts out for a throw-in to FC Edmonton.
Right now, both teams look like they're struggling to find a rhythm here.
Pushing the back on Moses, has himself a free kick, and he'll just play that one to his central defensive partner, Albert Watson. Watson looking for a long pass up to Fordyce. He's flicked that one along towards Lang, but Lang won't catch that one. Goes out for a goal kick.
Seeing a lot of stoppages in play in this game. A lot of free kicks, throw-ins, goal kicks. Not a lot of rhythm. Fort Lauderdale, again, not being able to establish that passing game. And Edmonton not being able to really launch that counter successfully. Canceling each other out right now.
No goals in the first 15 minutes. Another free kick here to Fort Lauderdale, just inside their own half. Freitas' forward pass will just run through to Farragut. Smith chipping one up for Amiobi to chase. Gray's the favorite to get to that one, and he just gets his body in the way, and good intelligent defensive play there. Lets it run out for a goal kick.
Just too many long balls by the Eddies that are just, they're trying to get over, knock the ball over the back four of Fort Lauderdale, but no luck so far. Finding everything's just going for goal kicks.
chest for Amiobi. Poor pass by De Freitas has given away possession there. Stefano, nice layoff into the path of PC. He just couldn't pick out Gabriel though, and it's with Wang. Finds Fordyce again, looking for that ball over the top, trying to use the pace of Amiobi, but so far those balls are not quite working out. Striker's defense more than equal to clearing out those. That's not a bad little 1-2 there, and Gabriel tries to get on the end of it, but Moses quickly anticipating that, conceding the throw in. It's PC here. Freitas trying to chip the ball back into his path as he chases into the penalty area. Farrago somewhat uncertain as he came out for the ball, but Moses was there and did a very fine job to shepherd that one into touch.
Yeah, Farrago, I think, was late coming off of his line there, a little bit indecisive. He's going to come. He's got to come a little bit earlier here. Comes late and gets beaten to the ball, but luckily for Edmonton, the bounce favors Kareem Moses there, and he's able just to get that ball out of trouble.
This time a routine pickup for Farrago. It's the ball bounces nicely into his grasp, and he's hit a big goal kick up down the left-hand side, and it's won a throw-in. Good position this for FC Edmonton. Lang's there, very few players up with him, and he throws it back to Smith.
That's the weapon with Farrago that Colin Miller talked about in the pregame show. He said he kicks like a mule. Saw it there.
Watson's pass along the ground. Amiobi adjudged to have made a push as he challenged for that ball. Stefano quickly playing it through to Gabriel. He stepped over one challenge. It's a one-on-one here for Gabriel. Farrago coming out, and right behind him was Eddie Edward, and between them they did enough, and he misses the chance and scuffs it wide.
And Gabriel looking to the official for a call there. I think he's thinking that he was clipped here by Eddie Edward. Looks like he falls after the ball is released. Now, if there's a foul after, I mean, looks like he's already got the shot off there. But again, the referee seeing nothing there. And the first real chance of the game is scuffed. The strikers had a real great chance there, a real great look. As Gabriel was in alone.
Farrago relieved to see that one go by, and there's his kicking prowess again, and this one's gone a bit too far. Runs all the way through to his opposite number, 4.
You just wondered, did Eddie Edward do enough from behind just to bother Gabriel with that shot, or to have him thinking about it, in terms of thinking that maybe he was going to dive in and foul him?
Well, the appeals weren't that loud, but it did appear as though Edward might have had his hand on Gabriel from behind. It was a difficult one to see. Striker's in a good spell, though, here in Stefano again on the right-hand side this time.
If the referee decide the other way, it's a game-changing moment, because that's card territory, and we're not talking about the yellow one if it's a foul in that situation.
Safety first from Fordyce. Amiobi will chase, but Gray's the favorite to get to that. Passes back to Ford. He's got a lot of time as he rolls one out to Guerrero. Moses, not for the first time in this match, coming to the aid of his defense. A long clearance just to get that one away from the danger zone. It's run all the way out for a goal kick.
But as you mentioned, to be fair, Gabriel made a protest himself. But there wasn't a big loud surrounding of the referee, and we don't see the coaches getting off the bench or going to the fourth official there for Fort Lauderdale. So not a lot of protests outside the one player.
Home crowd trying to give the players a boost here.
Of course, we'd be remiss not to mention that in the past, when Fort Lauderdale coaches have protested referees' calls, it hasn't ended all that well for them, at least in this stadium.
Bit of a mistake by Correa there, and it's with Gabriel. It's a good situation for the strikers here. His pass into the penalty area. Stefano pulling it back for him. It's charged down. Gabriel's shot by Smith, and there could be a chance of a counter-attack by FC Edmonton here. Fordyce playing it inside the fullback, but Gray again, who's started this match flawlessly, just lets that one run out of play, and it's a goal kick to the strikers.
Here we go, taking a look at the shot block. That Smith who gets down, gets it on his backside, helps out his keeper. But one thing I noticed there, we're seeing that the fullbacks from Fort Lauderdale look to be hanging back a little bit, and I think that's understanding how the counterattack for Edmonton, especially Lance Lang on the left side, can burn you. And you don't see a huge pinch up from either Barajo or on the other side there's Gray in the middle. They're very wary of what the counterattack can do.
Lang volleying a pass forward there, and Barajo penalized for being a touch late in the challenge, and it's a free kick for the Eddies. Neither goalkeeper really tested yet. 22 minutes into the first half at the midway point as Smith heads one out, throw into the strikers.
Neither keeper tested, but Fort Lauderdale had a couple of decent looks and did have an excellent chance that they put wide of their own goal, or put wide of the Edmonton goal.
Farrago under pressure, has to clear first time, and it's Guerrero's downward header, but Amiobi will chase, but that's going to be easy for Ford, and he drives one to halfway. BC in a good position here, trying to slide the through ball towards Stefano, but that's going to be easy for Farrago to claim.
Fort Lauderdale starting to find the weight on those through balls to the forwards. Edmonton's got to be a little bit concerned. They still really haven't created a decent scoring chance yet. Fort Lauderdale seems to be getting more purchase into this game.
Smith winning a free kick, just tripped up there. Too much doubt about that one. Freitas looks like he's taking control of this one from the left-hand side. He's chipped it up to the edge of the area. Correa leaves it for Amiobi and gives the chance for Ramirez to clear it. Freitas has the ball back. Tries to split the defense, but he's offside there. Ford makes a very nice save. Low to his right anyway, but Amiobi offside.
Freitas thumbs up. Thought it was pretty close. But yeah, good call by the linesman there. Oh wait, there was another white shirt there, but it looks like still it was the right call by the linesman there to flag for the offside. And Ford, to be fair, made the save anyway, so.
Ramirez on the left-hand side. PC's ahead of him. Ramirez follows his own pass. Falls down under the challenge, and it's a throw-in for Edmonton.
There's a couple of times I think that Ramirez was falling on the ball today.
Did that one right in front of the home fans, so gave them a bit of a laugh.
And you don't think the artificial surface would cause Fort Lauderdale too much problems. I mean, enough teams play on the artificial surface in this league. You're on it enough times. Not necessarily be fooled by it. Back in the days when Edmonton played at Foot Field on that pretty awful surface that played like a driveway, yeah, that could fool because it didn't play anything like anything else in the league.
Miss-hit pass out of the striker's defense, runs aimlessly out for a throw-in to the Eddies. Amiobi chasing Gray there, but Gray very assured as he plays the pass back to Ford. Sanfilippo's hit a long pass out of defense, but that should be easy for Edward. And in fact, he's run that ball out of play, unfortunately for him, and concedes the throw-in.
Again, right now, other than Gabriel's one look at the goal where he put it wide, very little in terms of goal mouth action on either side. Both teams really struggling to find rhythm in this game.
Another goal kick to Farrago, that misplaced pass, meaning the Eddie's goalie can start all over again here. A little bit tentative perhaps from both teams. No goals and very few scoring chances. Barajo getting his head on that one, meaning it's a throw-in for Lang. Finds Fordyce. He's tackled very quickly by Freitas. Another throw for Edmonton. Lang in possession. Clever little threaded pass to Fordyce there, who might try and win the corner. He's right down by the corner flag there, looking for some support. Gets the cross in the end to the near post, and Ford very quickly on top of that one for the Strikers.
All Ford's really had to do so far in this game is to take goal kicks.
De Freitas winning the ball back from Stefano. Referee didn't see anything wrong with that, and De Freitas now plays the ball out to Correa on the right-hand side. Correa's got support from Jones alongside him. A couple of players in the box. Tries to win it back in the end, but it's going to be a throw-in for Fort Lauderdale. Stefano's first touch, letting him down. His second touch was a tackle, but De Freitas adjudged to have fouled him there. Free kick for Fort Lauderdale. Just maybe a bit high there, studs showing. De Freitas getting a talking to by the ref.
De Freitas half-heartedly acknowledging the referee's talking to there.
Gabriel making a run into the penalty area here. Just pushed out wide onto his right foot. Smith doing a good defensive job, and Lang back there helping out. Wraps his foot around that one and gets the clearance, but it will go straight back to Fort Lauderdale. Barajo with a chance here on the right-hand side. Lang doing just enough to concede the throw-in.
Gabriel tried to do something fancy there, flipping the ball up to himself, but Lance Lang was having none of it and just took the ball away.
Gabriel into the penalty area. Stefano goes down there, but it's just a case of him losing his footing. With Gray again bringing the ball out of defense. Continuing his run. Smith getting in front of him there, playing it back to Farrago, who has no choice really but just to get rid of it.
Fort Lauderdale's tried to attack Johan Smith quite a bit. Really trying a lot down that right wing, as of late, at least in the last few minutes in this game, but Johan Smith's foot speed has just been the better of it. He's been able to catch up to any of those plays that they try to make playing through him.
Really made that left back position his own, particularly in the full season. Smith, he's been very consistent.
You know, when Johan Smith played in MLS with Toronto FC, he was a forward.
Of corner kick for the Strikers. Comes the corner to the penalty spot area, headed away by De Freitas. Stefano onto his left foot, getting across back into the penalty area, headed across the face of goal, away by Watson. Freitas is looking for a play switch to the left wing. Didn't quite get enough purchase on that one. It's picked up by Lang, who's on the right wing at the moment. Lang skips over one challenge, and this is a promising looking move for FC Edmonton. Lang trying to go for goal himself, and he had Ford scrambling across his goal line, but in the end, the shot just wide.
Don't think Ford was quite expecting a shot from that distance from Lance Lang, but when you have a left-footed player coming in on the right side, it favors the shot, and it skips and skips and skips just wide.
Not too far away. That might be the best effort so far from the Eddies, from Lance Lang.
Lang back over on the left wing now.
Fordyce in possession here, and Smith arriving on the overlap. Smith might have a go at Barajo. He's got all kinds of pace, Johan Smith. Look at that. And in the end, good job by Barajo. Watched him very closely and gets the goal kick for his team.
Barajo got a touch there, but linesman referee feeling that that touch came after the ball went past the line there. Here we have a look at it again. Ooh, that's very close.
Might have been on the line.
Might have been on the line. Might have been a corner, or should have been a corner, possibly.
Good break forward by Johan Smith. Smith has got the ball in his hands for the throw-in for the Eddies. Gets it back from De Freitas, shifts to the side, beats PC, but not Gabriel, who comes away with possession. And they're working well there in close quarters, the Strikers, and end up getting Barajo into the play. It's a throw-in. De Freitas has won the ball back from that loose throw by Barajo there, but one back again by the Strikers, and now by Fordyce though, and that releases Correa. Correa chasing in from that right-hand touchline and tries to thread one through for Lang. Can he keep that ball in? He tries to wrap his foot around it again, but it's a goal kick for Fort Lauderdale. About 10 minutes to half-time. Stakes very high for both teams as far as the standings go, and you can kind of see that from the way the game's gone. No one wanting to make a mistake. Very, very tight. Chances few and far between. Here's Ramirez picking the ball up in a good position for the Strikers. Freitas and now Gabriel. And it looked promising for a moment there, but his through ball just runs through to Tyson Farago in goal.
Yeah, I think Stefano there was thinking that there might have been a through ball there by playing a dummy that just wasn't there.
De Freitas caught in possession but keeps going and finds Edward. Fordyce. He'll get the ball back from Edward again, and now just shifts it out of his feet and looks to switch play to the left. It's a good pass to find Lang. Barajo very close on Lang. Lang moves in field. Finds Fordyce again. He's got Correa on the overlap. This looks good for FC Edmonton. Onto his left foot for Correa, then goes the cross. Fordyce was the target, headed away well by Sanfilippo. Ramirez having to play the ball back to Ford. His clearance is a good one, and the Strikers have won themselves a free kick now.
Yeah, Thiago goes up and over, and you call the foul on Thiago for climbing the back here.
Could have left a bit of a mark there as he fell awkwardly. Game played in good spirit. You can see two Strikers players there helping him back up.
Of Nature's Wild Backyard Development. Your support of the Edmonton Valley Zoo Foundation is greatly appreciated.
Maybe a little bit winded and a bit of a daze there, De Freitas.
Yeah, just in case Christian Raudalis, I see he's taking a couple of steps to warm up.
They'll go down to 10 men temporarily here as De Freitas walks off the pitch. And holding the back of his head. Strikers will try and capitalize with the Eddie's a man short here.
De Freitas is back on now.
Jones just couldn't get on the end of that Correa bending pass. PC looking for the first time through ball. Jones does get something on that one. And here's Lance Lang. PC takes the ball away from Lang. Lang hits the turf. It's PC again. Barajo overlapping on the right, but PC's tried a curling shot and it was swerving away, but Farrago equal to it, makes the catch and a good throw out by him. And Fordyce again switching play to the left. This time it's Amiobi in possession. Gray tries to close him down. Amiobi looking for some support here. And never really got any. Filippo clears that ball into touch, throw in Eddies.
There were a lot of white shirts back in a hurry there. Again, the Fort Lauderdale Strikers, the teams are familiar with each other in this league, and they know about the Eddies and their ability to counterattack, and definitely not committing too many men forward.
Amiobi battling for possession again on the left-hand side, has another throw in for his team. Bounces awkwardly for the Freitas, and he can't quite get a clean pass to Jones, and it's with PC here. Streaking forward down the right-hand side. Two men watching him, De Freitas and Smith, but Gabriel's made a nice turn past De Freitas there, and infield to Stefano. Watson playing it out of defense to Correa. Jones will step into this one. Jones too holding up play, waiting for support. He's found it from Correa. And now Darryl Fordyce. Good play switch to the right wing, and Edwards had a few problems controlling the ball too in this match, but that one stays on the line for him. No way around that right-hand side, so he finds Correa. Correa threading the ball through Sanfilippo. Gets that away from the danger zone before Amiobi can pounce. 4 minutes to halftime. Edward again in possession. Tries to sidestep Guerrero, but Guerrero's seen that many times in his career. 84 caps for Honduras. 36-year-old veteran. Tackled by Correa back there in his own half, down by the corner flag. Good tussle going on there in that corner. Strikers holding on to possession, and this is a nice patient build-up. Barajo's in space on the right wing. Here he is now. There comes in the cross, looking for Stefano. Acrobatic diving header away from the danger zone by Moses.
Ramirez had the ball in the corner for quite a while there when he was battling Correa, and only 2 white shirts joined him in the attack. Only 2 white shirts made themselves available. There were 8 players hanging, or 7 players hanging back. And again, I think this is Fort Lauderdale understanding we're on the road against a team that loves to run the game, that loves to run. We don't want to allow them those passes. We're not going to bring our fullbacks up. We're not going to pinch up and get burned on that counterattack.
Cross from the left-hand side again, dealt with by Moses. Sanfilippo just doing enough against Amiobi, but it drops again for Jones, who finds Edward. Edward playing on down the right wing. Amiobi looking to get himself a throw in. He's done it.
We had a moment a couple of minutes ago where it looked like Dustin Correa too had sprung the Eddies on a counterattack, but there were a bunch of white shirts back, and this is a very conservative approach by the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. Just seeing 2 banks of 4, and they're happy to defend and not commit too many people forward.
Could be a chance for Lang to break in here. Barajo with a sliding challenge. Does well there. It's going to be 1 minute added after the 1.5 minutes left in this first half. Smith from the left. PC chasing him, but he's able to get the pass away to Watson. Edward on the right wing. This time he's trying to go around the outside. It's a good cross, he's whipped in there. Well played again by Josh Ford. Commanding his area well. De Freitas. Tried to play one all the way through it. Drops back for Fordyce. He strikes the shot, and it's deflected. And an easy one for Ford to pick up. Again, a long-range effort.
Some half-hearted calls for handball there, but I don't think that was one the defender would have known much about.
Just driven at him from point-blank range by Darryl Fordyce. And we've seen him knock them in from there. Worth a pop. Didn't quite work out that time. Barajo's pass picked up by Moses, who's still moving. No free kick given by the referee. The crowd thought it was. Moses never appealed for anything. No goals in the first 45 minutes. We have a minute of stoppage time before the halftime break. Maybe chance for one last attack here for the Eddies. It's Correa in possession.
Just a sea of white shirts back there.
Smith with some space on the left here. Lance Lang in front of him, couldn't quite find Lang. Barajo has to play it though. Gives it straight back to the Eddies. It's De Freitas.
You can see that Jones picks his head up. There's no way through.
We've seen that a lot. Players moving sideways and then backwards to keep possession. wall of white in front of them, and that is the whistle for half-time. And no goals so far. No real clear-cut chances either, other than Gabriel's in that first half, where he felt that he may have had a penalty appeal, which wasn't given. And it's very nicely poised at halftime, anybody's game.
Yeah, very much so. And I think if you're the Fort Lauderdale Strikers, you go on the road, you go on this long trip, and you're very happy to be where you are, even at halftime. You know, it's all to play for in the final 45 minutes, and that you're very much alive in this game.
We'll be hearing from both coaches at halftime, beginning with the Strikers, Gunther Kronstein.
Coach, very conservative half looked like from both teams. What did you make of that first 45 minutes?
Place where this is not an easy place to go home with points from here. We have the deepest respect, not only from the team, but especially from the coach, which I like a lot. I think he's one of the best coaches in the league, when not the best. So it's not so easy to come here and expect already points, but I think the team did well. We did create one or two chances, not the big one, but still I think we are good in the game. The other one didn't have one chance, so I think we're on the right track now.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, welcome.
That's Gunther Kronsteiner joining us on the pitch, and seems fairly pleased with the first 45 minutes for his team, all to play for, still 0-0, and commenting there that he finds Edmonton one of the toughest places in the league to come, and that's part of the reason that his team have set their stall out the way they have done in this first half, which remained goalless at halftime. Let's talk to the Eddies coach, Colin Miller. Colin, thanks for joining us. What do you make of the first 45 minutes there?
Disappointing. Again, I don't want to be too negative all the time here at halftime. It seems like I'm going crazy at halftime every time, but by our standards, that's a poor performance in terms of keeping the ball, doing things quickly. You know, there's players there that look like they have lead diving boots on, and I'm disappointed because you know, we've got a slight breeze at our back there, and I don't think we've had a shot on target. Disappointed. Fort Lauderdale haven't created very many problems either, so I think it's what we do here now. We need far more from Lance Lang and Dustin and the lads in the middle of the park. We need far more from Tomi Amiobi as a presence up front. It's just at the moment, I mean, I could play centre-back or I could play full-back against our players at the moment because we haven't threatened them, we haven't put them under enough pressure. We've just been quite happy to see this out, and it's, you know, we're trying to push into a playoff spot, and this first half performance is not going to be good enough.
Okay, thank you, Colin.
Thank you.
Colin Miller, he'll be heading to half-time. Sounds like a couple of players are in for a bit of a roasting in the dressing room at half-time. It is 0-0 at half-time. Welcome back to Clarke Stadium, very nicely poised, 0-0 at halftime. This is our halftime show brought to you by Oodle Noodle. Well, let's go straight back to the halftime highlights and see the big action in that first 45 minutes, brought to you by Medical Imaging Consultants, the official supply partner for FC Edmonton for diagnostic imaging services. Here's that early break for the Strikers. Possible one-on-one, possible appeals for a penalty there, but waved away by the ref.
You know, the more you look at it, the more you think the referee got this right. Shot goes wide. And we see the block by Johan Smith. Another chance there by Gabriel.
One of the few moments Lang got some space to run at the defense here and almost surprised the keeper with a long-range shot.
Yeah, and that came on a break where he was on his off wing or on the right side. Was able to cut in and use his left foot.
And the coach, Colin Miller, saying he wants more from Lance Lang as well as several other players in that second half, which is coming up next. 0-0 at halftime. Welcome back to Clarke Stadium, all to play for as we get ready for the beginning of the second half. 0-0 at halftime. Eddie's coach, Colin Miller, accusing some of his players of playing with lead diving boots on, hoping for a much better response in this second half from his team.
That's the thing. If Fort Lauderdale's defending so deeply, and as Gunter Kronsteiner said, this is one of the most difficult places to play in the league. You need to move the ball more quickly to beat those deep lying defenders.
Looks like Lance Lang played the first ball out of defense and dropped very deep to do it there, but he's picked out in the end. Correa bouncing it off Edward. It goes out for a throw in to the Strikers. Stefano might just sneak on the end of that one, but again, Moses has the measure of it, gets rid of that one. It goes out of play for another throw. Good steal by Amiobi there, taking the ball away from the defender and winning a free kick for the Eddies.
Another thing too, the Eddies need to do is take advantage and get into the middle. We look at the foul there on Amiobi, but get Amiobi into positions where he can challenge those center backs for some balls in the air. They haven't been able to do that so far. And again, if you're going to beat those banks, sometimes popping that ball into the box, winning a battle in the air will do it for you.
Amiobi, good ball out to the left. Lang playing it in early. Fordyce with the flick on. Jones arriving, but good controlled defensive play by Guerrero there. And he's back in possession here, and does a very nice job to get the ball up past halfway, and it's Freitas in possession for the Strikers. He's trying to switch it to the left wing, looking for Ramirez. Ramirez will get there because of that missed kick from Edward, and then plays the 1-2. Edward's trying to battle back, but Ramirez in possession again on the left-hand side. Goes down under the challenge. Referee saw nothing wrong with that, and we mentioned a couple of times he'd lost his footing in that first half, Ramirez. Looks like he's changed his boots at half-time because he had some pretty fluorescent ones in the first half, and he's gone to the white boots this second half, and it's him who takes the throw in, and he's going to get the ball back onto his favored left foot. In comes the cross. Watson getting his head to it, and that's easy for Farragut.
Yeah, just a second before that, we saw Dustin Correa give a ball away cheaply right in front of the penalty area, and Fort Lauderdale was able to extend their attack. But again, Fort Lauderdale only give themselves very few options when they go up top to attack because they aren't bringing numbers with them.
Quite a different setup to their team from the one that played here in April, that 5-goal thriller where there looked to be chances at both ends all the time. We've seen much more controlled defensive effort from the Strikers this match.
Again, this goes back to a few weeks ago when Ottawa came up to Fort McMurray and really stifled the Eddies when they laid those 2 banks of 4 to take away that counterattack, and more teams are seeing that book. The Eddies, that offense that they have is really run by getting the ball to the outside to the likes of Lance Lang and Dustin Correa, and they're seeing how you limit that counter is by not committing too many men forward. Don't bring the fullbacks up.
Farragut, a left-footed clearance as Stefano put pressure on him, and Jones gets possession but loses it again. And there you can see first half possession heavily in favor of the Strikers, 61 to 39% for FC Edmonton. Didn't really feel like that, and even for all that possession, not very many clear-cut chances.
Yeah, not necessarily possession in dangerous areas.
Lang's won the ball back on the left wing. Support from Smith. De Freitas getting his head to the ball. Thomas winning it back. Jones putting himself about, but it's Barajo for the Strikers, and here's a good position for PC, edge of the penalty area. Works to try and get it back onto his left foot, and he's going to shoot. And that's easy for Farragut, just picks it up off the one bounce.
Again, PC only has one option there, which is to shoot. He's going to cut to the middle of the area. That shot catches no one by surprise, especially not the Edmonton keeper. Again, because he's really got no options to move the ball around to. A couple other white shirts there, but there's enough blue shirts back. Neither of those passes are going to work.
Watson playing the ball up for Amiobi. Clever touch on his chest and wins the free kick for FC Edmonton. Seven goals this season, tying him for the Edmonton lead for goal scoring along with Lang.
So Thiago's going to be the one to bend this in to Freitas.
Right-footed, he switched play to find Lang on the left side. Lang's cross to the far post. Watson was the target, but Guerrero watches that carefully.
That was the right idea from the Eddies. As we're looking here, the Eddies actually defensively, they lead the league the Eddies are leading the league in clean sheets in the fall season after having the worst defense in the league in the spring season. In fact, only 8 goals allowed in 9 games.
Amiobi with a chance to cross from the right wing. Fordyce was the target. It's headed behind by Gabriel, who does a very good defensive job. And it's a corner from the left wing for FC Edmonton, and Lance Lang will take this.
On the sequence right before this, as I said, it was close because that switch that De Freitas made to Lance Lang looked like it caught the strikers napping a bit, and Albert Watson was wide open at the back post there. If Lang would have been able to hit him with the cross, but the cross is too long.
There's Lang's corner near post. This one's too short, and Smith's got a chase on. He's going to be first to that. Edwards still inside his own half. Good ball to Fordyce. Fordyce on the left-hand side. Threads this one into the area. Correa is there. Correa still jostling for the ball. Left-hand side. He's going to run out for a goal kick.
Again, you see Correa just basically run into a couple of defenders and not really a lot of options other than to play that ball back outside. He chose not to.
Scored his first goal for Edmonton in the 3-0 win last week.
Maybe this is a situation where if you're the Eddies, and we saw Lance Lang try early in the first half, but maybe you need to get yourself in a situation where you try a couple of shots from 20, 25 yards out, just to keep the defense honest.
Freitas with that through ball, but the offside flag was up anyway, and it was miscontrolled by Lance Lang.
The flag was up, so the heavy touch from Lance Lang is moot, but definitely hasn't, against his old team, it hasn't been one of Lang's best performances so far this year.
Watson heading that one into touch under pressure from Stefano. Guerrero finding Stefano. He's done well to get that cross to the far post, and PC with the header just couldn't keep it down, and it drifts over the top.
Difficult cross to control, though, for PC. That's one where you almost want to just get a head on it and knock it back to the middle of the area. That was hit with some venom across the area. PC, as you can see, he's got to leap a little bit backwards for that. He's never going to get any momentum forward on that ball.
Farrago's kick held up by the breeze, but Jones with the flick on, and Fordyce helping it along for Lang. Lang is trying to curl one in behind the fullback, looking for Amiobi. It's dealt with easily by the strikers, who play that ball up the right wing and concede a throw in. Watson with a chase back to his own goal, and a good downward header for Farrago to pick up. Farrago with the overarm throw to Smith. Smith has chipped this one high. It's going to be easy for the head down to Freitas. And Freitas is away on the right-hand side here. Stefano in the middle. But he's made a bit of a hash of that. Had support alongside him with PC. That's what he was going for, but he's given the ball back to FC Edmonton. We're trying to capitalize on that now with Lang from the left-hand side on the chest. Still going, and finds De Freitas again. Now it's Smith. Smith along the deck to Lance Lang, but that one doesn't work out either. Out for another throw, and maybe just not clicking for him today.
Some sloppy passing by the Eddies. We saw it in the first half. We're seeing it in the second half too. Just giving the ball away too easily. Unforced errors.
We've seen that from both teams, in fairness, today. Giving the ball away far too much.
But if you're the road team, you're a lot happier with this kind of stalemate than you are if you're the home side.
Gunter Kronsteiner appeared to be quite satisfied at halftime with his team at 0-0, talking about this as being a very difficult place to come and get points, Edmonton. Gabriel just riding that tackle by Fordyce, but he's given it away to De Freitas. And now Jones. Correa attacking on the right-hand side. Just holds up the play and plays it back to Edward, but it's 10 yards behind him, has to regroup and find Watson. De Freitas looking for a through ball, but it's another poor giveaway. And PC trying to thread one through for the strikers. Ramirez in a good position here, and Stefano in the middle. PC again tries the first time cross. It's a good one too, and it's a penalty kick. Kareem Moses penalized for a late challenge on Stefano inside that penalty box. The referee on the spot, and he's given a spot kick.
That to me looks like a harsh call. It looks like Kareem Moses gets a lot of the ball here on this clearance.
And that's what he's trying to make his case to the referee. He's not going to change his mind, but did look like Moses got some of the ball. He's played well today, but he's going to have to stand and watch this penalty. Tyson Farrago being tested here. And left-footed Stefano makes no mistake at all. Bottom right-hand corner, clinically taken penalty. And that gives the strikers a 1-0 lead.
But whatever we think of the penalty call, that whole attack was started, as we see here, Stefano slotting the ball. Tyson Farrago guesses right, but it's a well-taken penalty inside the post. He curls it in. We have a look there again. But that whole attack was started because of a dreadful giveaway by Thiago De Freitas in the middle of the park that allowed Fort Lauderdale to come on to the Eddies. So again, whatever you think of the call, that attack should never have happened without that really poor unforced error by the Eddies that led to that attack.
Stefano's 8th goal, putting the strikers in front. It's all gone a bit quiet at Clarke Stadium after that. De Freitas here, winning possession for FC Edmonton this time, but has lost it again. Hasn't been his best game since he's joined. Farrago coming out of his penalty area there. He can't pick it up outside, but thankfully it bobbles just back inside the box, and he's able to grab onto it.
But again, another situation. Thiago gets caught in possession, trying to beat two guys, and gives up the ball again. Hasn't been a good sequence for the Brazilian holding midfielder.
Freitas breaking forward for the strikers. Boyd by that goal. leading 1-0. FC Edmonton have got it all to do. They have to come from behind, which they've already done against the Strikers here at Clarke Stadium. This is a very different team.
See, Sani Niasi is putting on his jersey here. It looks like a change is coming soon. I think Colin Miller has seen enough, and substitutions are going to begin.
Edward chasing back towards his own goal, plays the pass to Farrago. He's got time to control this. Onto his left foot, and there's the clearance straight through the middle of the field. Amiobi cushioning down the header. De Freitas given up possession again, and it's PC looking for the 1-2, then getting into the penalty area. Pass back there by Watson, and Farrago watches it closely. Couldn't pick it up and clears it through the middle. Amiobi trying to get on the end of it. That's a safe pass back to Ford in the striker's goal. This time Watson heading it back to Tyson Farrago. Guessed the right way from the penalty. He was very close to it, but difficult to stop them when they're so well placed. And basically Stefano hit the inside of the side netting, and when you do that, very difficult for the goalkeeper. Edmonton just can't get anything going, continuing to surrender possession. This time it's Smith who's able to play the ball back for Farrago, but it's the Eddies who are fighting it at the moment.
You know, go back to the penalty, Garrett. That ball traveled a long way out of the box after Moses made contact. And so, you know, I think the case with Moses is that look how much of the ball I got there. That ball went clear out of the box on the clearance.
Another break by the Strikers here. They're in behind the back. It's Barajo. Now Gabriel chipping up the cross. There's PC's header. And he'll definitely feel like he could have done better from that. Puts it behind with the goal gaping from 6 yards.
And two changes coming, Raudalis and Niasi. Niasi for Dustin Correa. Thiago De Freitas is coming off too, and honestly, you can't blame Colin Miller for that one. Thiago De Freitas is probably his poorest game he's had since he's come to FC Edmonton.
Just noticed his number go up there and ran straight off to be replaced by Christian Raudalis. A double substitution for FC Edmonton by coach Colin Miller, and that substitution brought to you by The Helm, Edmonton's premier clothing boutique.
De Freitas did smack his head pretty good on a tackle about halfway through the first half. But there were a lot of giveaways of possession from the Brazilian today.
Just not quite on his game. Things not quite working for him today. Chance for Amiobi here to play in Jones. He can't find the pass. One out for another throw in for FC Edmonton. Smith with the throw in on the left wing. Just going to let Lang take it. Lang launches it in towards Amiobi. He's got a flick on that one. Niasi trying to get his first touch in there. Amiobi with another chance. And Ford just doing enough to close him down and make the catch.
That's what I said earlier in the half. That's what the Eddies have got to do. Get balls into the area for Amiobi, using his size and strength to win. And the first real scoring chance that you can say is a real true scoring chance for the Eddies finally comes because they get the ball into the air, get into the box.
Just falls invitingly for him. Difficult to get power on that high looping ball, and a difficult angle too against Ford. It's really the first time though Ford has actually had to make a save, and we're in the 65th minute of the match. Throw in for Edmonton. Niasi finds Rodalis. He'll just play the ball back to the strikers. They did put it into touch so their player could get treatment. Rodala's getting a touch here and just laying it off on the left to Smith. Smith trying to play it in behind the fullback for Lang. Lang gets a touch on it, but Gray stops him in his tracks.
Lang stays down. I think he fell awkwardly there trying to lunge for the ball. Now it's the Eddies' turn to play in a touch so that their player can get treatment.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be advised that all liquor sales will close in the 75th minute.
Slow to get up.
And don't forget to make sure to take your copy of the Eddie down.
Gray gets him with the trailing leg there.
Not sure how much it seemed as though Lang just kind of ran into him, though, didn't it?
No, I don't think there's anything dirty by Gray there at all. No. I wouldn't say that. It's just the way that they contacted each other was a bit awkward for Lance Lang. He had his back leg trailing there. It was in an exposed position.
Eddie's trailing 1-0 at home, not a position they're used to being in. Some other home games coming up. Minnesota, that's another big one. September the 6th, 2 p.m., Clarke Stadium. And then Tampa Bay, the team they're chasing in the standings the week after, September 13th, also 2 p.m. kickoff. And then the New York Cosmos here at the end of September, the 27th at 2 p.m. You can get tickets for all those games at fcedmonton.com.
Yeah, the second team on that list, Tampa Bay, cleaned house earlier this week, firing Thomas Rongen, firing their general manager, owner Bill Edwards, saying they had a difference of opinion on how the team should be built. And the Rowdies have struggled in the fall season, but Thomas Rongen didn't even get one season in before he was shown the door by the Rowdies.
There is Lang. He's limping a little bit, but seems like he's going to be okay to carry on. There's the new flag that's up with the fans. The Godfather. And there's Tom Pfaff, the owner of FC Edmonton. And a great one, too. BC on the right-hand side. Support from Thomas. There's Guerrero. Just doesn't work out for them there. It's a throw-in for Edward. Finds Rodalis. Rodalis being pressured by two Strikers players, but gets the ball up to Amiobi somehow. Good effort by Rodalis there, and here's Fordyce. Trying to find Lang. Lang seems to be okay. It loses possession straight away. He's got it back, though, and has won a free kick for FC Edmonton. Good persistence there from Lang.
It's a good battle between him and Barajo there.
Lang will take this dead ball. Very crowded penalty area. Delivery by Lang, but well dealt with again by the Strikers. It'll drop for Smith, and it's back to Lance Lang. Going to chip that one into the box straight away. Watson with the head down. Wasn't a bad idea. Barajo back there to blast that one clear. Ramirez is chasing it, did a valiant effort there, but it is Eddie's throw.
There's actually an excellent knockdown by Albert Watson there, and just no one there reacting to that chance. And the Eddie's going to go more offensive here, taking off the fullback, Johan Smith. Hanson Boakai going in. You wonder, is Lance Lang going to drop back into that left back position? Or is there going to be a real formation shuffle here?
Boakai getting a chance in this match, the last 20 minutes, replacing Johan Smith, and that substitution brought to you by The Help, Edmonton's premium men's clothing boutique. Lang in possession on the left-hand side here, and Boakai slotted into that left-hand side as well, and maybe they're just going to go with 3 at the back. We're going to see a substitution here by Fort Lauderdale as well.
Danny Sanchez coming in, looks like for Walter Ramirez. But really, right now, it looks like the Eddies are going back to 3 at the back here, Gareth.
Yeah.
They see that Fort Lauderdale might be looking to hold what they have. Maybe don't feel that they're going to get attacked too much in numbers. But it looks like Lance Lang is staying up on that left wing.
Ramirez being replaced by Danny Sanchez. He scored a goal here in the 3-2 game that Edmonton won in April. One of the 2 strikers' goals. Lang links up with Boakai, then tries to whip over the cross. It'll be a corner kick.
But yeah, it looks like a very aggressive substitution pattern here by Colin Miller.
Goes the corner, the keeper came and missed it. Didn't get punished for it. It's with Niassi. Oh, it's a good ball that he's whipped across the area. Danger in there. Ford getting a touch to it. It's a major scramble. And still a chance here, and they miskick it straight at Ford. And Edmonton might not get a better opportunity than that.
Oh, they've got to score there. They really do. It's like the keeper is down and out. And you just got to get a foot through this and get any sort of height on this, and it's going to go in. And it looks like Lance Lang and Hanson Boakai getting each other's way. They both charge on the ball, and they look to have thrown each other off. Both are looking to have a chance there.
Guerrero with a cross from the left-hand side, and that's a terrific stop by Farrago from a volley that could have put this game out of sight for the strikers. Farrago making an excellent stop there at his far post.
That was an outstanding save from Farrago. Guesses right, comes flying over, and makes an outstanding save there on Danny Sanchez, who just came in the game and really had an open look at that wing. And Farrago with the diving play.
Oh, the fact that he was able to catch it and it stuck too is a terrific stop. The strikers just wobbling there a little bit. Josh Ford, some pressure on him. And for the first time in the game, he didn't look quite as assured as he has done.
No, he missed that first attempt to clear the ball on the corner, and it created all sorts of problems. And again, Eddie should have scored. They had him at their mercy. With both Lang and Boakai charging in, basically pop the ball into an open net, and both of them getting in each other's way.
We're into the 74th minute. Edmonton trailing by 1-0. It's a back pass to Ford. He'll have to play this one, and he just drives it out of play. So throw in. Edward gets the ball back from the throw. Plays it sideways for Rodales. Now forward to Fordyce. Back to Rodales again. Switching play for Moses. And now Lance Lang. Lang's going to put the ball in first time. Niassi can't quite get the height on it. Drops for Boakai. Onto his left foot. He's still going, Boakai. He's going to try and bend one from the edge of the penalty area, and this one's easier for Ford. Didn't really get the power that he would have liked in that strike, but a good run at the defense gave him something to think about there. Very persistent. Got the bend, didn't really get the power.
You saw that in that situation there, neither of the Fort Lauderdale striker defenders, Ron Boakai, wanted to get a foot in. Didn't want to take that chance to give the referee a chance to make maybe an even up call.
Freitas for the strikers. Gabriel for the goal scorer, Stefano from the penalty spot.
That all liquor sales are now
only goal of the match.
Looks like Sean Chin is peeling off his warm-up kit, putting on his jersey. Former FC Edmonton player coming in as a sub, looks like, for Fort Lauderdale very soon.
Big clearance by Ford. That'll bounce into the Eddies penalty box, and it's easy for Farrago. Throws that one out for Edward. Boakai has a throw in for FC Edmonton. Just playing with 3 at the back now. They're trying to throw men forward, the Eddies.
Like to make another substitution.
Boakai again. This time Edward shifting the play to the left-hand side. It's a poor pass, intercepted well, and it's Danny Sanchez. He's tackled in excellent fashion by Watson, but the danger not gone. Sanchez again from the right-hand side. And that's going to deflect wide for a corner kick. And a giveaway when you're only playing 3 at the back, not the best thing.
No, but it's been the story of the day for the Eddies. There's been a lot of unforced errors. Continue throughout the game. And again, it was a bad unforced error that led to that penalty shout, which was awarded to Fort Lauderdale.
Sean Chin waiting to come on, but the corner will happen first into the last 13 minutes at Clarke Stadium. 1-0, the Strikers lead. A 59th minute penalty by Stefano. PC's corner. Punched away by Farrago, and he's got good distance on that to the edge of the penalty area. Another chance for PC, though, to deliver a cross, and this one is going to be high, wide, and handsome. It's a goal kick for the Eddies, but in the meantime, the substitution will happen. Sean Chin is going to come in to replace Gabriel for the Strikers, and this substitution brought to you by The Helm, Edmonton's premium men's clothing boutique. Eddies fans will remember Chin getting a chance to play against his own team.
Yep, Sean Chin, remember the Eddies in their first NASL season.
He's going to get about a 12-minute run out, a couple of stoppages in there. Very poor pass by Jones, giving the ball straight to Sanchez, but somehow the Eddies have got it back. Jones again. It's another dreadful pass. He's put it straight into the path of PC, who's tearing forward with support from Sanchez to his outside. Sanchez has crossed to the far post. Chin's first touch is going to be a strike on goal. And again, Farrago called into action after an awful giveaway. This time, the culprit, Richie Jones.
Yeah, a couple of giveaways there by Richie Jones in that sequence. Gave it away, Edmonton got it back, and he gave it away again.
Inside the penalty area, and the Aussies made something happen there, but Strikers recover. And again, got all kinds of space breaking forward. The Eddies going with 3 at the back. And it's Chin. Sanchez overlapping. Stefano in the middle. Fort Lauderdale not committing too many players forward. They're pretty happy with this 1-0 scoreline with 10 minutes to go. Freitas breaking away on the right-hand side. with Sanchez again. Edmonton just chasing shadows at the moment as the strikers play possession. Guerrero cuts inside Fordyce, goes down under the challenge and wins a free kick. That'll kill a bit more time for the strikers. We're into the last 10 minutes.
You know, this is going to be the challenge. The Eddies are going to have to deal with this. We saw Ottawa come in and stifle that counter and at the very death make the most out of a great chance they created and win a game. And we see here Fort Lauderdale not obsessed with getting a lot of numbers forward. They've created some chances in the second half, but they're really working to limit what the Eddies can do with their speed down the wings. And the Eddies are going to see this more and more from teams as the book goes out. In a league like this, there aren't a lot of surprises. The coaches know each other. They know what the teams bring. It's not a lot of rabbits you can pull out of your hat.
Throw in by Edward, flicked on by Daryl Fordyce. Boakai on the thigh, and he twists and turns, goes towards goal. But again, two men watching him all the time, and the strikers releasing Chin on the right wing. He's got Stefano in support, just moving into the box, and Sanchez too. Here's Sanchez. Plays a nice 1-2. Freitas will square this one. Stefano can finish it here. And with his right foot, just blasts it over.
It's a let-off for the Eddies. A big let-off to be still only down one. Stefano in the middle of the box has a great look here and fires over. The Eddies playing with only 3 at the back. A lot of room back there now.
Fordyce in possession in the strikers' half. Plays it back to Edward. Could have been Edwards chased down, but maybe just did enough to distract Stefano there from doubling the strikers' lead and getting his second of the match. Good build-up play.
Well, striker with Stefano's experience, you got to hit the target from there.
Big kick by Ford up towards Stefano. Watson with the back header to Farrago, nicely placed. And it's Edward again in the right back position, bringing the ball out of defense. He's got Boakai. Boakai passing it back to him. Edward going long, finding Amiobi, controls it well, and then loses possession again. Watson heading one away from the danger zone, and Moses playing this back to Farrago.
In the spring season, the Eddies were down 2-1 to Fort Lauderdale and scored 2 late ones to win that game, but other than that one great chance where Lang and Boakai got in each other's way, you can't really see the Eddies creating too much in this game.
Goalmouth scramble that they just couldn't force over the line. But very few chances today for FC Edmonton. Watson trying to get the ball back from Stefano. He's got a good tackle in there, just a trailing boot. Here's Lang. Throw in from the left wing. Approaching the last 5 minutes of Clarke Stadium. Rodala's his ball. It's a big one over the top. Amiobi's the chaser, but it's headed back to Ford, who just makes sure that he keeps that ball in play, even if his body goes behind the line. Kicks out of his hands. There's no one there. Into touch. It'll be a throw in for the Eddies. Eddie Edward back to Farrago. Trying Tries the first time ball out of defense, looking for Lang, helped it forward by Jones. But it's been the strikers who've just been winning the 50-50s. They've done so again. Chin on the right-hand side. He's not offside. Plays it in field. There's a real danger here, and there's Stefano in the box again. And this time, he will score his second goal. No mistake at all. It's a brace for Stefano, and the strikers with a 2-0 lead and 5 minutes to play.
Yeah, that should do it and seal the 3 points for the strikers, and really, it's what they deserve. They've been by far the better team in the second half. The two teams sort of canceled each other out in the first half, but in this second half, the strikers have been able to create some chances going forward. Tyson Farragut's actually, to his credit, made a couple of decent saves, and really on either goal doesn't have a chance, either on the penalty or on this one. But even with the Eddies 3 at the back, they need to play that better. There's 3 men there. It's 2-on-3. And still Stefano has a chance and a great look at goal to wrap his foot around it and get it to the top of the goal.
And that goal is the last kick for him in this match. He's replaced by Bruno Nunez, and that substitution brought to you by The Helm, Edmonton's premium men's clothing boutique.
But very much...
Well, tough afternoon for FC Edmonton, and that's an understatement. Not often they lose at home, and not often they fail to create goal-scoring chances, and that's really beyond the 1 or 2 we saw in the second half. Very little going for them this afternoon. Niassi penalized there for a free kick. Just hasn't gone the way of the Eddies today.
No, this is going to be one video that they're not going to like looking at in team meetings. The amount of giveaways today in the middle of the park especially has really been unforgivable for the Eddies. Unforced errors led to the first goal. The second goal, they had 3 men back. And yes, down only 3 defenders, but it was a 2-on-3 and they allowed that to go in. I think Tyson Farragut's made a couple of very nice saves today. He's been there when the team has needed him. He really didn't have a chance on either of the ones that went in.
It's fine, it's okay. Right on.
Boakai skipping over a tackle and playing it back to Watson, who finds Farragut. He's going to kick it towards Amiobi. Amiobi probably had more space than he realized in the end there, but it's going to drop for Boakai. And now Fordyce, middle of the park, finding Watson, moving forward, and Boakai again, just towards the edge of the penalty area, trying to get it onto his left foot and slide it through for Lang. Doesn't quite work, but Boakai has it back. He's still going here. Great break into the penalty area by Boakai, and then tries the strike. And some good enterprise shown by Boakai there, but his shot charged down, and Chin bringing this forward again for the strikers. Freitas got PC in all kinds of space on the left wing. Playing with all kinds of confidence now, the strikers. Well, the strikers doing an effective job of holding possession here with a minute to go, and there will be some stoppages. 4 minutes worth of them. So still some time left. But this is not looking good for the Eddies. Lang's chip shot down the left channel. Away by Ford.
And we saw when we looked at the schedule, the upcoming games for the Eddies, they're in a big part of their season where they're playing almost all of their games at home. Because obviously the league doesn't want too many home games in Edmonton as the fall kicks in and the weather gets pretty cold up here. So this is a big phase of games for the Eddies, and they can't afford to be dropping results or dropping points at home. This is not an effort that they're going to be very, very pleased with. Not so much the fact that they lost, but how little goal threat they offered.
Thank you for all your support. The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes.
We are into stoppage time now. 4 minutes could be plays. This Chin takes the ball into the penalty area. Chin with a chance here. He's going to unselfishly slide it towards Sanchez, who's penalized, and a free kick goes towards FC Edmonton. It looked like it was going to be a certain goal on that breakaway, but Chin very unselfish, and in the end it didn't quite work out.
Sean Chin, you come in as a sub, you're playing against your old team, you got to have a go. You got to make that impression. You're there on the pitch, your team is up 2-0. Just have a shot from there. You want to score against your old team.
Been effective since he's come on, but had a great chance there and just didn't take it. 2-0 the Strikers lead. Niassi keeps the ball in play right down by the corner flag, supported by Boakai. Boakai back to Niassi. Boakai again, curls up the ball to the far post. Lang strikes it first time. Just didn't quite get the angle right. Goes behind for a goal kick.
And that might be the Eddies' last attack of the game.
Goal kick, one by Niassi, drops down, and it's going to be PC who picks up the ball. Clever little chip over the top to find Freitas. Freitas breaking it in the penalty area, finishes it nicely, but the whistle had gone well before that.
See, Christian Rodalis is down. A clear handball before this, before De Freitas put it in the goal. You got to know that around the league, people are going to be looking at the video of this game. They'll have seen that Ottawa game beforehand against the Eddies, where Ottawa won 1-0. And they're going to see there's a book on how to play and how to limit the Eddies' counterattack. And that's something the Eddies are going to have to, as I said, deal with going forward. Because more and more teams are going to see how to play this team.
There's the Freitas handball. Good game in the midfield for Freitas today for the Strikers. A little bit more stoppage time here for this injury to Christian Rodalis. Came in to replace De Freitas. Arago restarts play. Niassi gets a good head on that one, looking for Amiobi, but headed away towards Chin again, and Freitas now attacking from the other wing. Tries to do it himself, and Lang takes the ball back.
Rodalis is down again. He got treatment. He just shook his head and went back down. I think he's just limping off now. The Eddies will finish this one with 10 players.
They've used all 3 substitutions, but Rodalis just simply can't carry on. Limping off on the sidelines, but his team 2-0 down and seconds away from the final whistle being blown here. But you can see how exposed they are with 10 men now and only 3 at the back. Another strike at goal, which again, Farrago, good handle, sticks straight to him again. Nice save, and he gets the ball moving again to pick out Lang. Lang switching play to Niassi on the right wing.
Come on.
Niassi beats one. He's going to try and charge towards the penalty area here. He's done a good little feint into the area. Feels like he should have had a penalty kick. Referee waving it away. The Strikers players think that Niassi should be booked.
Yeah, I think you look here. I think Sani Niassi's looking for it. He's leaning in the whole time. I think he's thinking as soon as there's contact, I'm gonna go down.
It's all a bit immaterial. It's 3 points for the Strikers, and FC Edmonton have gone down to a home defeat, a 2-0 defeat. We'll be hearing from both managers in our post-game show. The Strikers taking all 3 points at Clarke Stadium. The Eddies losing 2-0. Welcome back to Clarke Stadium. The Eddies going down to a 2-0 home defeat. Welcome to our post-match show brought to you by Matakana Scaffolding. Not often the Eddies lose at home without scoring as well. Shut out today by the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. Stefano with a brace for them, and let's hear from their coach.
And here we have head coach Gunter Kronsteiner. Really, that second half, that's about as textbook a road game as you can play. Do you not agree?
I agree. This was our game plan, and that it works out, of course, like this. We didn't expect this at first, because I really respect the other team a lot, especially the coach. I said it already before. I think he's one of the best coaches in the league, but you know, you have what you have, and in this case, we had the better ones, on our side today.
You definitely took advantage too when the Eddies started to push forward, went to 3 at the back, created some chances, and got that big second goal.
This is what I said already before. I said, when you have a game plan inside, when you are lucky enough to score the first goal, somehow, along the 90 minutes, the other team will start a little bit attacking, more and giving up maybe one defender or whatever they do. And this is the time when they have to score the next one. And that it works out like this, of course, I didn't expect this.
Okay, well, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The coach for the Strikers, Gunter Kronsteiner, joining us on the pitch. Very pleased with his team. Respects Edmonton a lot, but had the game plan that he thought could deliver 3 points, and his team have pulled it off today. The Strikers beating FC Edmonton at home. Let's hear from the Eddies coach, Colin Miller. Colin, not often for you to lose at home. I know you're unhappy with the performance at halftime. How do you explain how your team played today?
If I could answer that, we wouldn't have played that way, Gareth. It's probably the poorest performance we've had at home, maybe since I've been the manager of the club. I can't, Tyson played very well. I thought Albert did okay. But other than that, I would be loath to find someone else who would give pass marks to. It was just a very bad day at the office. We've made it difficult for ourselves now. We have to go to Atlanta, which is a difficult venue. Just a bad day at the office. We'll have to regroup, recharge. The players are better than this, guys, and they let themselves down today. And if they've let themselves down, they've let me down as well. So we win together and we lose together. We'll have to regroup and be better next week in Atlanta. And from start to finish, we just didn't get into second gear. Too many guys below par today.
And how do you deal with that as a coach, Colin, when you come back next week, start the training? This is obviously you're disappointed. How do you speak to the players about moving from this?
Well, as a player myself, an ex-player myself, if ever I was left out of the first team, you actually hope that the team loses because you're hoping that the manager might give somebody else a chance and or somebody gets injured. It's terrible to say that, but it is how professional players should think. If they're not in the team, they should hope that the team gets beat or that somebody gets injured in their position. So some of our guys that were on the sidelines today should be flying on Tuesday when we come in for training, and if they're not, there's something seriously wrong with them. They don't get it at this level of football, because today has opened up the door for one or two guys to get another chance in Atlanta, and if they show well in training, they will get the chance, because I don't think there's too many could knock on my door and complain about not playing next week.
Okay, thank you, Colin.
Thank you.
Colin Miller saying this possibly the poorest performance since he's been the manager of the club.
Yeah, and I think he just said there's only a couple of players at Albert Watson and the keeper, Tyson Farrago, who would be the only guys who might get past marks today. And we saw lots of giveaways, and I think we could lose count of the unforced errors that the Eddies made out there.
Tyson Farrago getting a chance in goal today, though, and getting the plaudits from his manager there, Colin Miller, feeling he played well. Thank you, Tyson, for joining us. Just tell us, obviously a disappointing from a team point of view. How did it go for you getting a chance in there today?
Well, it's my first game since preseason, and I felt pretty confident most of the game. Just unfortunate result, you know. The boys worked hard today, I thought, but just didn't come our way, you know.
And what do you put it down to? The coach there saying quite a few bad giveaways he didn't let. We're seeing a couple of your saves here. Maybe you could talk us through those.
Well, that save right there, I just I trusted my technique. I came over and he hit a good shot, and I had to put my hands out there, and I guess they just stuck. It just stuck to my hands.
Overall, though, where do you think things went wrong today?
Well, like you said, a lot of giveaways in the midfield and from our back four. But the boys, you know, just sometimes it happens. I thought they played well otherwise. You know, they put in a shift. Just sometimes it doesn't come off. Yeah, just the counterattack got us, and they stretch us wide, and sometimes it just goes like that.
Yeah. Well, good to see you in there today. Well played, Tyson.
Thank you.
Today.
Thank you.
Tyson Farrago is the man of the match, brought to you by The Helm, Edmonton's premium men's clothing boutique. Let's go back and look at the highlights, brought to you by Oodaloo. Well, not highlights that Eddies fans will enjoy watching here. Not sure about that penalty, though.
Yeah, I mean, he gets a lot of the ball there, and Stefano, after being fouled, goes in and he just converts the chance. But again, I go back to the fact that chance was set up by a terrible giveaway from the Eddies.
This was the one moment where the strikers were wobbling.
You see, they both get in each other's way. Lang and Boakai go on the ball at the same time. I think if one of them gets on it, that might go in the back of the net.
And there's number 2 for Stefano again, sealing things up.
And again, you'll look at that and you say, okay, the Fort Lauderdale's on a break, but you look at it, they're 2-on-3. They're still outnumbered in the box, and they turn to a goal.
Now let's go back to find the save of the match, brought to you by Sterling Homes.
And this, I think, will be the one on Danny Sanchez. Tyson Farrago getting over. And, you know, he talked about the ball sticking to his hands. He made a couple of saves today where the ball was hit with a lot of power, and he just caught it without any real problem. Again, Tyson Farrago was maybe the best, was the best Eddie today. And really, the loss has not hung on him in any way.
Let's have a look at the league standings now and see this where this leaves FC Edmonton, and losing a bit of footing there to Minnesota.
Yeah, because now the game's played. Minnesota United, they're even on goal difference, but you look at where they are in terms of United having one less game played, that pushes them above. And Ottawa now 2 games in hand on FC Edmonton.
Those are the overall standings, and missing out on a chance to go above the Rowdies today.
And in fact, Fort Lauderdale on goal difference goes ahead of the Eddies. So instead of leapfrogging the Rowdies, the Strikers leapfrog them into 5th place.
Disappointment for the players who are still there talking to the fans at full time, signing autographs. There's Tomi Amiobi. Been on a hot scoring streak, but just couldn't get things going today. The Eddies have gone down to a 2-0 defeat at home. Thanks for joining us and listening to our broadcast today. Good afternoon.